Hello.
Where my pen?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the October 20th. We all have to remember the dates because we have so many electoral board member meetings. We have to keep track. October the 20th, it is 9:30. We have a quorum. All three board members are here and I'm calling the meeting to order. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as written or addenda?
Motion to approve.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Announcement from the board and the registrar. I would like to jump schedule and ask the registrar to make any announcements that she'd like to make, specifically regarding those people who come to in-person absentee voting who want to do a same-day voting who are not registered. There's been guidance sent out from Elect, and you have had guidance, and I think it needs to be clarified if you would.
The code states that when a person registers, if they have that 5-day A, B waiting period, they wait those 5 days. What we have discussed as far as being able to accommodate someone who comes in, if they come in and they say there's absolutely no way they can come back or no way they can get an absentee mail to where they are, the only alternative we have is to allow a provisional vote, not a same day provisional vote. So they have to fill out a voter registration application that day, and then they're going to complete a provisional ballot, which will be sent, we will hold, and you all will be looking at it after the election. So they will not be voting on this. There's no same day voter registration until after the 24th, which again is provisional. So
Just close the books.
And
you have to close it.
telling them to use reason code other.
That's the only thing that fits.
Yeah, no, it's, now we have
Now
a
we have
reason to have other
other.
stuff.
Exactly.
Others. First time I've ever, in all the times I've ever done reporting on election night reporting, but in our provisionals, we've never had another. So, but that is the only way that can be addressed. Those people are not able to vote that day because there is a reason for that, in that it goes into the various system and things are checked. And then once you are legal to vote, you are put on the electronic poll book. And that does not happen until after the correct process has gone through. So
And the code doesn't provide for same day registration until we get 24th. Is it 10 days?
10 days, which is at the 20, is it the 24th?
Yep.
After that. But then you fill out the other side of the green envelope, which is the same day voter registration. What they're going to be doing now, it's not same day voter registration.
Doing a
It's
whole
regular
separate
voting.
application. We're capturing all the same information.
Right.
And we'll
But it-
adjudicate that provisional after they're already registered.
And
for
it will be
the
reported
registration.
to state board differently. It
Yeah.
will not be reported as same day
No,
voter registration.
it
We
won't be
report it as an other.
And it has to be that way because you don't know, you as the registrar, you don't know when someone comes in, if they might have already registered, and they can change their registration, no problem. But they might have already voted in another locality, and you can't know that until it washes through theirs.
Because everybody else is uploading their poll book the day before, and I had one just the other day that had already voted in another locality. And if they voted early vote in another locality, it's already on the machine.
Yep.
So there's no way to be able to,
Right, they have voted twice, which is not
legal
with the law.
and you all would then get rid of that provisional after the election.
But
If
unless
it's a
this,
provisional, but if they voted on the machine.
They voted on the machine,
Yeah,
there's nothing
yeah.
you can do. If they have voted absentee in another locality, and it's a ballot in another locality that has not been put onto the machine, that is canceled. That is canceled. And the same thing happens here. If I have someone who's voted in the county of Albemarle, and then they move to Charlottesville and they fill out a voter registration there, they're absentee here. It is a
regular absentee,
regular ballot is deleted. Does no longer count. So they now are eligible to vote in Charlottesville.
and all of that requires that every registrar check with Veris to see if the absentee ballot
Has been returned.
has been returned.
Or
And
voted in person.
And if that absentee ballot was returned and it went to the election officer run pre-processing and was counted on the machine, it will say in Veris that it's counted. So the second absentee ballot cannot be
Will
counted.
not be counted. And
So
that's,
it's not something that can wait until election day
no.
because of the pre-processing of mailed out absentee
And that
ballots.
that does show up. I have not seen that here yet, but I know from in Waynesboro, we had someone who had voted in Rockingham County, then moved to Waynesboro. And when they came to Waynesboro and registered there on their electronic poll book, it does say that they have already voted. So it wasn't in their locality. But see, in order to keep our numbers straight, because you've got your number of ballots, you have to verify that you're voting. So
Which is why you have to
why
update.
the numbers are, yeah, and it's that, for somebody coming in that wants to vote that day, they don't understand all of that. So to them, it looks like we're trying to say, oh, you can't do that here. There's very valid reasons for that. And it's to keep records straight and make sure there's one vote for one person.
And there was guidance sent out from elect
Yes.
to explain on that.
So,
Okay,
Yes, ma'am, question.
Diane McNeil. So if I'm a voter and I come in before the 24th, same day registration and wanting to vote, what am I told?
you were told that your application will be taken. We will put you on the books. It will then be uploaded into, depending on it, again, it depends on your circumstances. If you are already registered.
No,
You're not registered
just
anywhere.
brand new register.
It's gonna say AB wait period of 5 days, because there's no way for us to know until that has gone through the system. We have no control over that. That is flagged in Veris, which is our state board website. There, we have no control over.
So I won't be offered.
You will be offered a provisional.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. Exactly what am I told?
well, you're gonna be
Let-
told that you have to wait 5 days in order to come back and vote regularly. And if you cannot wait 5 days because you'll be.
I don't want to
out,
do that, so
Then you will be given a provisional ballot.
Provisional.
okay.
But we
And I
will
also-
explain it to them first, because there are people that will say, oh, yeah, I'd rather wait and vote on the machine.
Right.
So we give them that's your option.
Do I have the option to fill out an absentee, ask for an absentee?
Sure. Sure.
So I can either go.
We can mail it to wherever you're going if you needed it. We
So I
can
can
do.
go absentee or provisional,
Mailed out absentee
Mailed
mailed out absentee.
or a provisional.
Gotcha. And I will be told all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And again, this is not an Albemarle decision. This is a state Department of Elections.
And that's fine. I'm
This
just
is what
trying to be
everybody should be
clear
hearing.
what
Yes,
the
ma'am.
voter is being told.
Absolutely. And that's why we wanted the registrar to explain it for everybody and for the record, that this is a state process, because you have to know what voters are doing in other parts of the state, which the registrar.
So much going on, people are moving,
Moving all
or,
the time.
and they're constantly filling out different things. So in order to keep it make sure one vote per person, wherever you are, that's the way for us to statewide keep that.
Any other questions from the remote folks? Okay,
Are we, this is a good time to ask about the list maintenance report.
Yeah, I've tried to get that. My computer will not come up this morning. I can't, I need to have IT come look at it. I can't even get on.
I was having trouble with my computer this morning also, and there was a big kind of half worldwide
Oh,
crash of
really?
lots of things, that
Did you have to look at it?
Facebook and everything.
Amazon Web Services was down for a few hours last night, which had a sort of a ripple effect through a lot of systems.
Huh.
Because they provide back-end services to a lot of things. I've been on the county's website.
I can't, all I'm getting is the blue screen with
logo.
the time on it and the logo. I can't even get to get onto anything, not even within Veris. I can't get on.
Could we ask that you bring that report for the next meeting on Friday?
Absolutely. I tried to have it this morning.
Just trying to give you the last minute up to date
Right.
numbers,
It's gonna be more last minute next time. We actually close a book, so that's a
which is a better number.
cleaner number.
And I can report that as I passed through, the early in-person was at 8,791, I think. I also found that 4 years ago, same comparable period, or total at the end of everything for early in-person was 12,558 or 88.
That was at the end, but not on the state.
So
Because across the state, all 100% of all localities, but the vast majority statewide, in-person absentee voting is ahead, meaning more people are voting in-person absentee than they did at this time 4 years ago.
I think it's gonna be a continuing trend.
Well, it certainly hasn't dropped off. And a lot of people statistically for in-person absentee, since we started having this, first couple of days, everybody wants to be first. And so for the first couple of days, big turnout. And then it trickles down to just minimal. And then the last 2 weeks, it jumps up again. So if we're going to have a jump up at the last 2 weeks, it's really going to jump up because it's never really dwindled to nothing.
And the mailed in ballots
Yep.
has continued to go down. Those were slow in the beginning, then the big jump when everybody got theirs, and now they're slowing off a little. Because as of this Friday, we will no longer be able to mail absentee ballots. It's the last day that we can mail out an absentee ballot to anyone.
Code of Virginia was changed several years ago. It used to be 7 days. You had to submit, a voter had to submit to the registrar. So the registrar received it no less than 7 days before the election in order to have a mailed out ballot mailed. Because of the post office delays, the code was changed to 10 days. So 10 days before the elections is the last day the registrar can fill or can receive a request to get a mailed out absentee ballot. After that, no more mailed out ballots will be sent out. They'll still be coming
And
back.
those will be mailed at 5 o'clock on that last
Yep.
day to get.
back briefly to the early in-person, we are now at exactly 70% of the final total we had 4 years ago. So I think there's a good chance that we will get that 30% in the next 2 weeks and more.
Well, we have the extended hours. next 2 weeks, so.
And those extended hours are well noted on our website because I didn't know. And I guess when people call in and
We tell them.
ask, tell them.
They've been posted since before in-person absentee began. Madam Registrar, do you have anything else you'd like to say before you go back to your busy office?
Go back and get my computer started.
Well, that would be helpful. Yes.
No, I don't really have anything else.
Thank
Unless
you
anyone
very
has any
much.
questions. Yes.
I'm sorry, immediately after this agenda item, it's time for public.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I just wanted to ask a couple of
Sure,
questions.
we'll be happy to get to them. We're gonna let her get out.
It regards the fact that I believe Lori Jones spoke to Ms. Wheeler on October 9th about getting this information. Was told that it would be available on October 13th. It was not given on October 13th. And then I believe that Bucky made a request that Debbie get the information and bring it to the 10/17 meeting. Didn't get the information then. And then I know that you emailed this weekend to figure out.
This is what we were just talking about.
This is what we were just discussing.
Right,
And
I would just like the minutes to reflect that we've been asking for this information for 11 days now. And if the minutes can reflect that and you still maintain that Friday will be the earliest time that the information will be available, I would like the minutes to reflect that too. Friday will be the 24th, the 9th to the 24th is over 2 weeks of waiting for this information.
this is,
And I understand that there are computer issues today. But this information has been requested for some time it used to come out fairly frequently. It sounds as though it's information that you could have gotten off your computer if the computer had been working this morning pretty quickly, like it's just some sort of printout. I'm intrigued that we have to wait for Friday. For
Let
this
me try to
information.
answer your question. The registrar was not here on Friday, so she could not provide the
But
information.
you were asked.
And
on
the
October 9th.
information is something that I requested, and the board a year ago asked the registrar to provide on a monthly basis. Sometimes we got it, sometimes we didn't, depending upon the volume of work that's done in the registrar's office. And the numbers are changing minute to minute. So with all of the extraordinary efforts that are being made by this registrar and her staff, having this information is not going to change the election. It's not going to change the outcome of the election, and it does not change the legal applications in the registrar's office. They're merely numbers of saying how many people are registered, how many new people are registered, how many people have been removed, etc.
How many
And-
people have been removed is the information that's of particular interest to us.
Well, we will get it as soon as we can manage to get it. But
I think the request here, the
Understand.
request here is just that the record reflect the request came.
That's
a couple
fine.
weeks ago.
that's
Can
fine.
we do that, Jim?
How?
Deleted.
Dead, removed because they moved.
Deceased, I have had 2 reports, one of 12 and one of 8 deceased voters since I've been here.
And that's all the voters who have been removed from
That's
the
all
rolls
the
since
voters.
you
No
started.
one gets
here.
removed except for in the summer, which is when the state sends out a confirmation letter to people that are already inactive, which means they've been put on confirmation. They have 2 years to do anything. If they don't do anything in those 2 years, they are made inactive. Then once they are inactive, the state will remove them in the purge that they will do in the summer. I have no record of what was done that was done, would have been done in June or July. I have no record of that. So as long as I've been here, I've taken off 20 deceased people, the 12 and the 8 that have been deceased. That's all that I have not removed a single name.
But the record also shows anybody removed for felony or anybody removed for adjudication.
And I had 1 felony, but he had already been removed. And I have no adjudication penalty.
Thank you.
I've had
Thank you
none
for
during that time.
clarification.
But I can give you an up-to-date number as soon as I can get, I mean, I can go back there if I can get somebody to, you know what, maybe Janelle can get that off. She might be able to get.
We would be very grateful, but I understand
I'll
you
go.
have,
I will
understand
go,
you
I
have
will go pull.
issues with the computer.
Diane McNeil again. So the purge is every summer? Is it every
It's
year?
supposed to be. Now, I can't
Has
tell
not
you.
been every summer.
It's some years it has not, but I know it was done this summer. And it's only people who have been on that inactive list that basically those people didn't do anything once they were put on confirmation through 2 federal elections.
Might not do anything, didn't show up to vote.
Didn't show up to
send
vote,
anything
didn't
back.
do anything, never gave us. They've been put on confirmation because their address has changed. They moved. And that is not done through us. All the people who are ever purged from our list are never done by a registrar in their office. Those are only done at the state level and only when they meet the criteria of having been on a confirmation for 2 federal elections, not voting, then they are made inactive. They get another notice sent to that address that says, we realize you've moved, you're inactive, respond to this. They don't respond again. And then that summer, in June or July, there is a purge done. And there was a purge done this year. I know there was this year. I can't tell you, and I know that there are years they don't. They're supposed to do it every summer. But sometimes, depending on what happens at the state level, it may not get done every year. But there is that purge that is done. And that is done at the state level. No registrar in the entire state of Virginia ever takes anybody off the books.
Or is supposed
It's supposed to.
to.
No one ever takes anyone off
For the purge.
for the
reason.
purge.
You take
The
them
only
off
thing,
for deceased.
even the deceased, we don't take deceased, I don't take deceased people off just because it says so. I only take a deceased person off when the state has verified that with the vital statistics. That comes into my office, comes in on my Veris. It says these people are deceased with 100% match. Social security numbers match, their names match. The only thing that may not match is their address. And that's because a lot of times they maybe have gone to live, gone into a nursing home or gone to live with a family member, even in another state. But once the vital statistics matches that person up, we receive that to match them to take them off.
The report that they're asking for, is it just numbers or names? It's just
Numbers.
Just numbers, just
We don't
numbers.
do names.
The list of registered voters has to be purchased by people who are eligible to purchase it, and that's listed in the code. So an individual would not be eligible. It has to be an organization.
organization party.
So as far as any people being taken off, since I've been here, that has not happened. That purge would have happened back in June or July, and unfortunately, I don't have access to.
Thank you for that clarification. You've answered my question. Thank you.
Is the public notified of the purge any kind of way?
I
No.
don't think so.
No.
It's not a secret number, but the number is transmitted through the Virginia Election Registration Information System, VERIS, the computer system. And you have to have special registrars, certain people who work in the registrar's office. Board members cannot look at it.
No,
Back in olden days, when I would have to purge people, because it was done,
It was done in the
By
office,
registrar.
then, yes.
I also had to post the list of people that I purged on the courthouse doors downtown.
their actual names.
I actually,
That's not done anymore.
But
a couple of little cases there next to the doors. I'd have to go
I mean, you can,
post those naans, but
That went away.
That went away a long time ago.
you can imagine trying to do that in Veris. I mean, in Fairfax. I mean, you'd have reams and reams and reams. And it's personal
It
information.
is personal
It's
information
personal
because we do occasionally get one from someone that says, take me off the list. We will get that. They'll come in and their biggest thing is if they've been called for jury duty
Yeah.
and they don't want to be, and they want their name off the list, or if they're, that personal reasons, they decide they don't want to be a registered voter anymore. But that takes a form signed by that person to do that.
Okay,
Any other questions? We can let the registrar go back and try to get her computer system working and
Good luck with that, Debbie.
get to work.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I'm gonna
ma'am.
see if someone else is up. Able to pull it off of. channels, or if
Is
you
that your
have-
phone?
if you've accessed it.
yeah, sorry about that.
Make it quiet.
Okay.
Thank you,
Anything
ma'am.
else? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Now, are there any, we've come to the part in the agenda where we do have public comment. Is there anyone who would like to have comment that's not required the registrar to answer? Going once. I see no hands on the remote screen. Ladies, anything else? Okay. Minutes, Mr. Secretary.
Have 3 sets of minutes. Lucky tells me that that's them.
I did not read them when they came in over the weekend. I did not
I
read.
sent them all yesterday.
Okay, I did not read them last night. We had a bit of a environmental emergency at my house, so. If it's all right, we'll just put all 3 of them in this week's on Friday.
Yeah.
Have a giant approval on Friday. Any old business, ADA? Jim, you were gonna give us a list of the precincts that we normally, the three, excuse me, Bucky, sorry. Bucky.
I gave the list, Bucky assigned.
Okay,
I sent you your assignment.
okay, I will look at it this week. I did, as I said, we had,
I sent the assignment on Friday. Just to be clear.
thank
I
you
did
so
not sneak
much.
into your weekend.
Thank you.
I followed up with an email saying, this is all well and good, but we're supposed to be working along with county ADA people. I don't know who they are.
Well,
how to get
now
a hold of them or anything like
Now
that.
that we have list assignments, I will contact those two people today, give them our list assignments, and ask them what days they will be available to help us when it does not conflict with one of our other multitude of either teaching days or cage days or whatever.
It's a short list. I could
It's
go
a
over it
short
now if
list.
you want.
No, I mean, I know, I will look at it as soon as we finish this meeting, and I need to contact the county people. As we said, we're gonna be able to use the school systems verification that the schools, for the rooms that we use, the doors that we use, the parking lots that we use for the schools. And I will get that to everybody, close of business today. This might fall under old business, but I want to compliment the board and Alex. We had one of the most enjoyable days in my history as a board member that the board has ever had as a group on Friday. Alex asked that we all come and pitch in and help in the warehouse. We got all of the cages, and these are the big red steel, they look like shark tanks that were sort of in no particular order in the room. We got them all out. We were the moving guys and girl. We moved them into order. So when Alex goes down there, they're all one right after the other. The doors open. We got the DS300s lifted. Bucky even videoed it so that the officers of election in the precinct know how to lift the cages. We did it with orthopedic correctness of bending the knees, lifting straight up, don't bend over, don't hurt yourself. Two girls could do it. No offense,
We
ladies.
did not at the time
did-
have
we
two girls.
Only had one girl, but I can certify that this is something that two women could do if they do it properly. So we showed them how to lift it properly. And I think we had a really good time. We told a lot of jokes, which shall remain in the warehouse.
I have a picture that should be hanging up.
Shall remain with you only. But it was really, Alex, I want to thank you because the board has never helped with that project before. And I think it was something all boards ought to do. So thank you.
You're welcome. I couldn't do it by myself.
No, it's not, you cannot do it alone, as the song from Chicago, the musical says.
Well, and I'd like to compliment Alex also, because at our last meeting, we decided that the new elect street lookup function was good enough and that it should be linked to that should be sent to all our chiefs and assistant chiefs. And I saw one of our chiefs Saturday morning and he had already used the link to see
Because
how,
Alex has sent it.
because he'd already sent it out. That was great.
And we have lots of things that we discussed, including what the registrar said about people who have come in and registered, who've come in to register, but are having to do provisional ballots, etc. But we need to, it's going to go, I'm jumping to new business. So we'll wait on that.
That, as the board requested, that link has also been added to the where to vote page on elections website. So any voter can easily find where should I be voting without having to go to the citizens portal and log in and do all the stuff you have to do there.
So they don't show up at the wrong place. 5 minutes to 7.
It's another tool anybody can use.
Exactly. Any other old business that we need?
Well, I like to thank the board too also for helping me on Friday. I couldn't do that by myself, but I did spend Friday or Saturday afternoon moving the plexiglass there in a place
You
that
found a place for it.
I did.
How many times did you cut yourself?
Zero. And then all the cages are loaded. Debbie, after this meeting, Debbie and I will head down there in a couple hours to do her checks, but everything should be going.
And then later in the week, the board will go down and
Yep.
we will do a double check. And then, if I may, the double check is something that the board, or at least majority of the board, has gone down to the cages to check that all of the materials that the chiefs and the officers of election need to run the precincts are there, because if they're going through their little folders and they look for instance, notification of a death, a surviving family member comes in and says, my mother died, there's a form that says they can fill it out. If there are none there, then they have to call the office and board member has to bring them to it. So we check for every form in every folder to make sure all of the materials are there before they roll out. And they will be delivered on Monday. The cages will all go out on Monday, except for a couple, which will go on Friday. And that has to do with whether or not the polling place has a place to secure the cage and can be there to receive it, because somebody has to let the movers in the door.
And the movers know where in the building to drop the thing off?
I know Janelle's been working on a spreadsheet of exactly where it goes. So I should get out of that soon.
I think Janelle's doing that, and
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
checking with everybody. Any other old business? New business? The board will meet with the chiefs on Monday before the election, as we always do, to hand out certain items that they will have to take with them to the polling place, and also a final one-page bullet, hopefully one page, not several, of last-minute reminders of things that the chiefs need to know before they get to the polling place on Tuesday morning.
How are we in getting helpers to help load people's cars?
I have Sherry and Ian. I don't know anything.
And there are three high school students that are supposed to get back to me today. I made contact with one of them's mother, which is always, Mom.
We do need to get those.
Yep.
In order.
Any other items that need to be discussed before? Once. Okay. The next meeting, as we've discussed, is Friday, the 24th. Any other meeting that we want to schedule before Election Day? I would submit.
We'll ask. I put down on my calendar for October 29th,
Exactly.
10 a.m. training ? I don't know what that means.
I don't have anything on that
I
time.
don't have anything. I think we discussed possibly having an electoral board meeting that day.
We've got cage checks on Monday.
Yep.
We've got SDR training starting at 1 on Tuesday.
Yep.
That week.
So I don't know what my 10 a.m.
We may, once again, I have failed to thank our counselor. Yes, Andrea Rugi, our able counselor, is here. You have
Morning.
anything you'd like to add? New
No, I
business?
have nothing.
So I am so sorry, Andrea.
But it's okay, no worries.
We are so glad you're here. We appreciate your support. And then I forgot to introduce you before we opened the meeting, or when we opened the meeting.
Not an issue. Thank you so much.
Thank you, but we are taking your advice and looking ahead. And I would submit that maybe the 29th would be a good time to have a meeting scheduled. We can always cancel it. Gentlemen,
Works for me. It seems like either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday that week we should meet. If for no other reason than to finalize any last minute instructions we
I
want to send
agree.
out.
you want to wait till Thursday or do you want to do it Wednesday?
I'd say wait till Thursday.
Okay, 9 o'clock Thursday
9 o'clock on
morning,
Thursday.
9 o'clock Thursday morning. So we have two meetings scheduled, the 24th and the 30th.
24th of the 10th.
That's correct, with deference to you.
No.
I'm serious, I'm teasing you, Joe. I'm teasing.
Putting it a little closer to it than we're doing the original training.
I'm teasing. Okay. Then if we have no other meeting, yes, ma'am.
Did anyone, Diane McNeil, did anyone ever look at the speakers?
Bucky has looked at them and done
Well,
some.
if we turn the volume way down, the distortion that we get seems to be much better. Still a little bit louder than I would make it for this room, but that's as low down as I can turn it without turning them off.
Thank you for asking. Okay, then I would submit that we are ready to go into executive session. Per code section 2.2-3700/A. The board will go into closed executive session. The members of the board, the election manager, and our counselor, Andrea Rugi, will be at the closed session. And we will come back.
Include Alex in that.
I did.
Sorry.
Said the election manager. We will come back into open session. We don't think we'll be taking any discussion that would require a vote. If anybody wanted to come back, so we take a vote in open session, but I don't think we've got anything unless Alex, do we have any applications?
One.
We have one application for elected board. So we will have one vote come back, but it'll be an officer of election vote. Otherwise, nothing. So we don't need to.
And I think,
Finish.
So we are going into closed session. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, everybody. And Ms. Rugi, you're going to stay with us. Thank you.
we don't need a review.
Good morning. The electoral board is now adjourning its executive session and comes back into open session. Time is 10:44. The board confirms that only those people who were invited to be in the executive session did attend the executive session. Only those items which we advanced notice that we would discuss were discussed. And we have a vote to come. All of us are agreed to that.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes,
We have one officer of election appointment.
I move we appoint Turner Behringer.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
She is so appointed. And that's all we have to report from the executive session. Jim, you had something you wanted to ask?
Yeah, when I did the EP, Wolf had hands-on training. I didn't think about it until afterwards. But he never said anything about spoiled ballots. And there's that whole thing on.
He had tried to go over this in the first session in the morning because on the poll pad,
Yeah.
they have a spoiled ballot tracking item.
Yep.
And we had
Which is
told him,
rather,
we are not using that. That's not how we do spoiled ballots. And so he
That's
took that out of his speech.
that's what I wanted to say. Do we have a reason to use that? And I don't see that we do.
No, because our spoiled ballots don't go back to the check-in station.
No.
They go from an election officer with a voter to the ballot table.
And they go, and there's a
And
log
And as I
kept on
say,
it.
it's a rather cumbersome thing to get into that. I found, and he showed it to us before.
Yeah, no, there's no, I think it's provided for localities that have to do it that way, but that's not a concern for us.
You know,
Okay.
you just sort of pretend it's not.
You know, if voter John Jones spoils 11 ballots in a row, we have no need to keep track of that. We just have 11 spoiled ballots.
Yeah,
Okay, that's why. Alrighty. I'm
we
fine
only
with
keep,
that.
we only keep the log of the number.
Yeah, the
stored
count.
ballots, so that the ballot counts. Actually,
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's a good answer.
anything else?
No other business for me.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
And we are out at 10:47.